From the cost of living crisis to the homelessness crisis to the devaluation of the dollar, the American quality of life has been dropping tremendously.
The U.S. political system is broken. Every election, it feels like we're choosing between the same two brands, the exact same product. Politicians argue on TV like they're mortal enemies. Then they go to the same fundraisers, they cash the same donor checks, and somehow we're the ones that have to pick a side. Meanwhile, once they get in office, nothing actually changes, except for their recollection of the promises that they made in order to get elected, and their net worth once they have access to insider trading. At the end of the day, they're all reading from the same script, and we are the punchline. They love division because it keeps us distracted. While we're busy fighting with our neighbors, we're not asking the billion-dollar corporations who are writing laws on why Congress magically agrees with Wall Street. So here's the real question. When did we stop being citizens and start being customers in the endless Ponzi scheme? Maybe the problem isn't who's in charge, but the entire system. I don't know.
Credit card debt is at an all-time high. Our national debt is at an all-time high. We are collapsing and failing economically. The US dollar, I go to Europe all the time, the dollar every time I go loses its value. I can barely buy a bottle of water anymore. It's €2. I pay $3. It used to be equal about a year ago. And it's just not getting better. It's a slow trend that has been collapsing us for the past 15, 20 years. It's not working. We're going into debt. Inflation doesn't come down. If inflation goes to 10% under Biden and 3% under Trump, it still means prices go up 3% every year. I don't know how we fix this. I don't have an answer. I don't have an economic answer. None of the politicians do. They're not fixing it. The wealth gap in this country is insane. Billionaires, millionaires, people living with yachts, and no one else can even afford groceries. I don't know, man.
The warning signs are here. A full collapse of the US dollar hasn't happened yet, but the global response shows that confidence in its future is quickly eroding. Foreign central banks are increasing their gold reserves at the fastest pace in decades. China has been accumulating steadily for years, and Russia has already reduced its dollar exposure to near zero. BRICS nations are actively working to undermine the dollar's dominance, bypassing the dollar entirely. The world has seen this before. Once global trust fades, all bets are off. Foreign governments reduce exposure, alternative payment systems form, political instability takes center stage. Growth slows and inflation becomes entrenched.
I don't think enough people understand what it truly means when they say that the total amount of debt in the world far outweighs the amount of cash. Okay? Debt is always rolled forward, and future debt is used to cover past debt, based only on the confidence of the citizens that the future income and the future strength of the dollar can cover those debts. We live in a glorified Ponzi scheme, okay, where the only thing that will come from this system is more debt and more divide between the rich and the poor. Worse than that is the most common defense for this system, from the brainwashed and from the brainwashers, is that it's not exactly like a Ponzi scheme because it actually creates things of value, right? The economy produces goods, it produces services, it produces jobs. This is partially true and has been true for some time, but I've never heard anybody say, which is shocking to me, but I've never heard this narrative. How much of this future debt and current monetary expenditure focused on speculative futures markets and betting on assets and digital products? How much? A very large fucking percentage is the answer. And it's only going to continue to grow in the future. Which means the only thing that this system guarantees is more and more debt, more and more slavery, until eventual, complete and total collapse. The only true backing of this entire system is the United States government saying, trust me, bro, don't worry about it. Like, do you understand how finished we are?
The quality of life in America, or just the Western world in general, has been getting lower and lower and lower each year. And the brutal truth is, it will keep getting lower and lower and lower. You can look at it however you want to look at it. And there's a million things that will show you. Homelessness will show you. The value loss of the dollar, that will show you. Our health system, this year, millions of Americans are paying triple, quadruple for the health insurance they had last year, and they still have like an $8,000 deductible. Our health crisis, whatever you want to look at, will tell you the quality of life in America is tremendously decreasing year after year, because no matter who you vote for, red or blue, left or right, it don't matter. Unless you're a billionaire that is funding their elections, putting money in their pockets, they don't care about you. At the end of the day, they still all go to the same dinner, the same meetings, shake hands in private behind closed doors. Their kids play outside with each other in the same neighborhoods. And you think they care about you. Disappointing.
Yo.
Oregon politicians do not want you to see this. They're pretending like everything is okay. It is not okay. There's people in legit crisis every day, hundreds of people throughout the city of Portland, and they're acting like everything's great. We have a legitimate mental health crisis, addiction crisis, homeless crisis. All these politicians came to Portland and said, look, everything's great. I'm going to walk in this one small square block in the nicest part of town and act like it's great, when in fact it is not. This is the kind of stuff I see every single day, and I'm going to keep showing this until finally they listen and finally possibly change happens. I don't know, but this is completely unacceptable that people like him are ignored. This is just really, really sad. This is the reality of the streets, whether you like it or not.
Yep, this is the start of our Thanksgiving. We got to Charlotte last night and checked into a hotel, and my husband went out to go visit with his cousin for a couple hours and came back. And apparently throughout the night, about 6 trucks were broken into, including ours, and the officer said that it was probably them targeting trucks and looking for guns typically, but unfortunately Ryan forgot that his laptop was in the vehicle, and that has everything on it. So I'm grateful for family, I'm grateful for friends, but this is kind of a bummer.
I don't know what is in the air, but last week my $150 Amazon package got stolen, disappeared into the abyss in my fob control department, and then one went missing. I ended up finding it, and I went to go pick up packages from a FedEx location. I can't show you because it has my address on it, but this is the location. Let me just block out the code, the tracking ID. This is the location it sent me to. I get there and the guy's like, the package has never been here. It's at a completely different facility. So you actually have to go there, but it's probably not there because this package arrived on October 27th and we only hold the packages for 5 days. Then I went to go pick up another one because I had another slip from FedEx and they were both at the same pickup location. The package is not there. What is in there?
Here in California, I don't remember the dollar amount, but if you steal under a certain amount,
I think it's 1,000.
1,000 maybe, you're not gonna go to jail. And so, for instance, Target, places around here, they have a lot of things locked up, And it's really frustrating for people like us who aren't stealing, because if we want a stick of deodorant, we have to call someone down. They take forever to come over for them to unlock the case for us. And it's really unfortunate. And it is scary. I mean, I will not let this girl leave the house to let our dog go pee outside, because even though we are in a safer neighborhood, there's still some
crazy
person out there sleeping on the sidewalk.
And I mean, I've been in a Target and seen somebody walk in, grab stuff, and just leave. And the security guards are standing there and they're like, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? It's insane.
Yeah.
So I think that something really needs to change. Because people aren't scared, and I don't think there are real consequences. So people are going to continue doing what they want to do because they're not afraid.
I made a video talking about how I don't like the city of Seattle because I don't feel safe as a woman going there. And you know what the response was from Seattleites? They were very mad. They were very offended. And even some of them sent me death threats. Some of them sent me private messages saying they hope I get SA'd or worse. I mean, I'm not offended. It's just, how can you argue against my point by proving my point? It doesn't work.
I'm very emotional for a lot of reasons, because we are getting on our plane to Paris to get to the Netherlands, relocating our entire family. I have 3 children, and one of the main motivators is that I don't want to send my kids to school and be afraid that they're not going to come back home. And the fact that as we were clearing out of our house yesterday, this happened again in this country that I've loved is so sad and heartbreaking, and obviously reaffirms my decision to leave. And I know that's a privilege that not everybody has, and I know that there are a lot of friends that I have on here in real life and virtually who would love to also get their children out of this country, and I don't take this opportunity for granted at all, but it also just shouldn't have to be this way. I shouldn't have to relocate my family because they're not safe at school in this country. And I'll just never understand it.
One of the biggest things that we don't talk about enough is the college system, right? When it comes to this homelessness, this devaluing of the dollar and all of it, we also leave out college. For example, right, at my job, there's 4 people I work with around my age who have all changed their majors in recent years. These are people who have been going to college for 2 or 3 years, and they're just now changing their major because they never knew what they wanted to do in the first place. And here's the thing, when I was 17, 18 in high school, right before I graduated, I was telling my friends, don't go to college, bro, it's not worth it. You're not even going to get the job you go to college for. And nobody ever listens. Nobody ever believes you. But now, when we're all 21, 22, 20, and we're changing our majors, I don't go to college, but they're changing their majors, you're already 40K in debt, and now you're changing your major? Well, it's just one class. It's not like I'm finna restart school. You still got to pay for that extra class. Well, it's free for me, I was like, oh, so even like the lady at work, right? She was like, it's free. I get funding from the government. I get like the school funding, whatever. I was like, oh, so it's 100% free. Like they cover your books, your room and board, everything, right? Oh, no. They just cover so it's not fucking free. I don't care if most of it is, I don't care if they cover 80%. The 20% is still going to be 20K or more. Like, you still got to pay a shit ton of money back. So unless you know what you want to do, and even then, I still wouldn't recommend it. Because even if you know what you want to do, and it's guaranteed a job, it might be guaranteed a job, but who's going to take that job? Like H-1B visa holder probably, because they'll take 1/3 of the salary you will. College is a scam. And that's why the quality of living in America is a scam. Because you start off school, which is the very start of your adult life. School itself is a scam. So you're starting off getting scammed. You think after you finish school, the next 60 years is going to be any better?
Electricity prices are rising. The truth is actually way worse. It's not that electricity prices are going up, it's that the prices are getting more volatile. Your retail electric provider has to purchase electricity at the wholesale rates of electricity, which fluctuate all the time, like every 15 minutes. And that can range from really, really cheap, way less than what your retail price is, all the way up to like $5 a kilowatt hour. Yikes. Remember those like real-time wholesale plans that existed before that February 2021 snowstorm freeze that caused those power outages, and some people were getting like $20,000 electric bills? That's the price that retail electric providers have to pay during those scarcity events. So to de-risk that volatility, the retail electric providers have to increase your fixed rate plans.
Make this make sense. My daughter gets food poisoning. She goes into the hospital. She gets the bill for $2,500. They in turn tell her, hold on a minute, we got to put your insurance on here. And now the bill is $5,000. Welcome to the American system of broken healthcare. This is ridiculous. Just self-pay $2,500 with insurance $5,000. Plus, they probably racked up the bill like crazy on the insurance company. This is a broken damn system. Just slap broken.
So I've been looking at rent prices because I will be needing to move into a different apartment within the next couple of months, and I've been really excited about it. You know, I've been having roommates for the past like 2 years, and I'm really tired of having roommates, and so I want to live by myself. And I don't know if I can afford to do that. You all, these fucking prices are ridiculous. The average cost for a studio apartment where I live is $1,000 a month. And that's not including my grocery bill, my car insurance, any other bills that I have to pay for that isn't related to my rent. Like, are we fucking serious? And I understand that I can always get roommates again if I need to, but in my personal experience, there's no shade to anyone that I've lived with, but I do not want to have roommates ever again. Living with other people is so fucking hard. I never want to do it again. I don't even care if I have my own bedroom. I'm not doing that shit. And I shouldn't have to work 2 or 3 fucking jobs in order to live comfortably. I shouldn't have to work 60 hours a week to afford basic rent and utilities and like to pay for my car insurance and my groceries. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. What the fuck?
$17.33. That's how much I paid today for this coffee. I'm here and I'm just adding some numbers together and doing my budget because you know what? Today I asked my husband, where's the money? We're making the best we've ever made. Both earners, both incomes, good incomes and everything. And we don't have money. We're living paycheck to paycheck basically. So I put the numbers together and I decided to look at my budget. On June the 2nd, 2023, and I'm going to try to insert somewhere here the photo I took a shot of, how much I paid for it. On June the 2nd, 2023, the same exact coffee was $9.92. It's almost doubled in 2 years. Of course, my salary hasn't doubled. My income has not doubled. It went up a little bit, but certainly nowhere near that. And I don't know where my money goes. Every month, I'm struggling.
So typically, I do not complain about grocery prices. I don't really look. But today, I was kind of shocked by the prices and shrinkflation. For instance, this is what I bought today. This was just like a small run. I even got like not organic milk, not organic eggs. I got 2 things of bread, some baby potatoes, a thing of broccoli, 2 green beans. These for my daughter. You only get 4 in one. Bananas, 2 things of these macaronis. And then I swear I haven't bought coffee mate in forever, but I saw this one on TikTok, so I wanted to try it. These used to be bigger. These are way smaller. I swear. 2 of those, 2 of these, and goldfish. And my bill was $162 for a small table full of food. And this is not even meat. This is just like ingredients. Oh, I don't know how people feed their families. So yeah, let me know any tips and tricks that you guys do. And this was also like buy one, get one, a lot of this stuff. And I did not get organic. I thought this would maybe be $60 tops. No meat, none. I'm shocked.
Hi, I'm Kate and I'm very stressed about money, as you can see, so we're going to talk about it. Almost 2 years ago, I had my mother-in-law sit down and she went through all of our bills and basically figured out how much we're spending each month. I mean, I could have done that, I get that, but I needed her help with creating like a weekly, monthly budget, okay? So we took into account like everything I bring home and my husband brings home and how much we were spending, and that was almost 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I still have the sheet for all of our bills and like cost of living, food, gas, household essentials, all of that. We were spending about $7,400 a month. At that time, I guess I didn't do the math on how much we were making a month. I just found the same sheet and I just went through everything and updated what we're spending, okay? So my mortgage has gone up $100. Not the mortgage, but like taxes and insurance, because for some reason my company is constantly screwing up my escrow. If you know anything about that and how I can be proactive about that or change things so that they're not constantly doing this, it's been nothing but a nightmare. If you could let me know in the comments what to do, that would be great. My car payment is roughly the same. Our phone bill is the same. Our internet has went up about $15. Our trash, we got a new trash company in our city, so our trash went up. Our trash almost doubled a month, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot of money, but still. Between our gas and electric, that has gone up probably $100 a month, if not more. I do not know why. Like, nothing has changed about our home or our usage, nothing like that. So that has gone up well over $100 a month consistently. In the summertime, it could be upwards of an extra $175 a month. Our insurance is the same-ish. So, diapers, dog, daycare has doubled because our daycare situation has changed. I'm now paying a full mortgage payment for daycare. So with that, there is literally no extra room. Our bills have gone up, about $1,000 a month, if not more, for just the same things. And I didn't even do a deep dive into food and household essentials and how much extra that costs. I am a teacher. I work full-time. My husband is a full-time electrician. I have a degree and he has like 15 years experience and an apprenticeship under his belt. And we are barely making it. Barely. I do not know how people are doing it. I don't know. So, just wanted to be transparent and feel better.
Feel broke, can't get ahead in the world? Well, here's why. I went back to the year I graduated, 1992, and that's the year I moved out on my own to see what the cost of living basically was compared to what it is now with the adjustment of cost of inflation. You'll get it here in a minute. In 1992, the minimum wage was $4.25 per hour. If you adjusted that with the cost of inflation from 1992 to 2025, the minimum wage should be $9 per hour. Instead, it's $7.25 per hour. That's down 19% from what it should be. That's the only thing on this list that is down. Everything else is up. And it should be reversed. Minimum wage should be up, everything else should be down in a perfect world. The average price of a car in 1992, $15,000. When you adjust for inflation, a car today should be $31,800. Instead, a new car on average is $48,000, up 51%. The average home in America in 1992 was $121,500. If you adjust for inflation, what should it be in today's dollars? Should be $257,000. Nope, not even close. Average home price in America, $436,800. That's 70% over inflation. Average rent in 1992 was $500 per month. I was actually paying $525 a month. Anyways, after adjustments for inflation, it should be in today's dollars $1,060 a month. Instead, the average is $1,700 per month. The average grocery bill in 1992 was $60 per week. Adjusted for inflation, it should be in today's dollars $127 per week. Nope. What it actually is $180 per week. That's 42% above the adjustment for inflation. Average price of gas in 1992, $1.13 per gallon. Adjust that for inflation, should be $2.40 a gallon. What is it right now, average? $3.70 a
gallon. The thing that gets me is people will sit here and say, oh, well, the economy is the best it's ever been, and our GDP is so high, and Americans are making the most money ever, and inflation's down, and Trump's doing such a good job. And this is not a political video. I don't care about either side, right? But it's just more so the fact that even if inflation goes down, and this is what people don't understand, this is what the average American person doesn't understand and why they're so fucking dumb. Even if inflation goes down, do you know what inflation means? It means prices are going up. So if inflation drops from 6% down to like 4%, guess what? Your prices are still going up by 4% every year. Just because inflation goes down doesn't mean prices don't go up. So it doesn't matter how much inflation goes down. Guess what? Prices still go. And yes, we do need inflation. Technically, you would like your economy to be at a 1.2% inflation, right? Last time I checked, rent's going up 10% a year. Food's going up 20% a year. Insurance is going up 30% a year. Like, insurance just went up by like 4 times from last year to now because of the new policies with insurance, government insurance and all of that. And then on top of that, your wage hasn't kept up with inflation. I mean, you just saw the average cost of a house, car, groceries, all of that, electricity. You just saw the average cost of that, you know, back when compared to now, with the money you would have to make to what you actually do make. And you don't make that kind of money. So, by what your wages are, your income has went up more than 2-3 times. But the cost of living has went up 7, 8, 9, 10 times. So yeah, I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what has been the biggest price increase that you've seen over the last, 2 years. Because me personally, I moved out at 18 years old, and the biggest cost of living that like surprised me was groceries. I remember, I used to think my mom fed a family of 5 off of like $300-400. I'm just now learning it costs that much to feed one person. And yes, you can go cheap, but if you want to eat some, actual protein, not no fucking peanut butter, some actual protein, you're gonna have to spend some money. And that's the hardcore truth. But with that being said, remember, no matter what happens, as long as you're alive, life goes on.